Hi everyone,
Daddy want me to leave it.
and welcome to or back to my channel. Today I am going to do something for a particular purpose, you could say. It actually has a purpose. So obviously by the title of this video you can tell that it is a model video diary, and basically what I will be doing is filming the steps, you could say, that are involved before you actually even get signed with an agency, which is what I'm going through at the moment. I've applied to a few agencies and waiting to hear back. There's a couple that I could be hearing back from really soon, so fingers crossed, and let's get started. One of the most important things to remember is to apply to more than one agency, so not just the top agencies, you also should apply to boutique ones in your area. So that way, if you get declined from one, you still have 10 others to hear back from. I just want to say that applying to a modeling agency is really hard. It's actually pretty much like applying to a job. You know, it takes a while to hear back, and you might not even hear back. For privacy reasons, I'm not going to tell you the names of the agencies that I applied to, but I'm going to tell you that I applied to a lot in Australia, and I have heard back from a few saying they're not interested, but that is alright because there are actually others that are currently expressing their interest, asking for more photos. So now I'm going to tell you what type of photos I sent through. So basically, you might have seen these on the top modeling websites. They usually show you examples of the photos that they want to see from you. So some might say swimwear, some might just say fitted clothing, so that includes jeans, a singlet, a top, something like that. For me, I applied with jeans and a top, and a couple of agencies requested more photos. That's what I did. Just make sure you are abiding by that request from the agency to show that you have listened, and just so they can see your body shape and your form. It just gives them an idea of what you look like. When taking these sort of photos, for me, I found doing it during the day is best, outside, natural daylight, but not direct sunlight, otherwise that'll cast a shadow over your face, and obviously that's pretty pointless. So you can do it outside, or if you have a really good wall inside that's just plain and good lighting, then that's what you can use. With the clothes, make sure it's not vibrant t-shirts or anything, nothing red. For me, I just wore, as I showed you, I'm going to show you again, black jeans and plain white singlet are the best because it's just simple and it comes out great in a photo. One important thing to remember is make sure that you do not hire a professional photographer to take your digitals. Make sure they're just taken on a plain camera, and if the agency asks you for professional photos, then I wouldn't apply to them because it could be a potential scam. I'm really hoping that I hear back from a few. I would be really happy if I did. Fingers crossed. That's just something you go through when you've applied to an agency. You feel really impatient. It's like, oh my god, it's been an hour. I haven't heard back from them. But one thing I've learned is patience, and I'm still trying to become more patient because I'm not doing so well. It just makes you so anxious. You want to hear back from them, and when you don't, after a day, you're like, oh no, they didn't like me, but we're going through this together, so we'll be fine. I actually wanted to share something really exciting. I've been waiting for a while. I finally heard back from some agencies. So obviously I've given the news, and when I'm looking better and out of this jumper, I will tell you a bit about it and what is going to happen. Okay, I'm back. As I was saying, I heard back. I was lucky enough to hear back from 2 agencies, and they both replied with 2 different things, so I'm going to explain what they said. The first one, I think it was, They replied actually on my birthday, lucky anyway, and they had a short and sweet email. They said, okay, we think you have a great look and we'd love you to participate in our next workshop. A workshop, I believe, is where aspiring models go to learn, you know, inside the industry, what happens, how to walk, and I guess what it entails to go to castings, meetings, everything else. So I can look forward to that, and when the time comes, obviously I'll fill you in on what's going on. And that's super exciting for me. I've never been to a workshop, but I guess it gives me the opportunity to meet new people and learn new skills. The second email was kind of a long process. It started with, thank you for your submission, can you tell me your height, and send through a few more images. So obviously to help with their decision they wanted a few more. I sent in a few more. Then I heard back and they asked for my measurements, so I sent them my measurements. And then finally I heard back from her saying that they're interested in casting me. Now this is when I got a bit confused because I thought you'd go for an interview, not a casting. A casting is where you go and you meet with them, they take your measurements, they learn a bit about you, you learn a bit about them. So I guess it is kind of an interview in a way, but I still need a bit more clarification on that, because if I get cast, does that mean I get signed, or does that mean like I may or may not hear back from them and may not get signed? I don't know, so I need to find out. In the meantime, I'm just really happy that I heard back from them. I was very patient, actually. Well, I tried to be, but I'm a very impatient person, so this was torture for me. I couldn't handle it. It was just getting to me. But then I went through a period where I'm like, okay, just forget about it, get on with your life. And then that's when I heard back from them. So I'm not sure exactly when the workshop or the casting will be. They said they'd let me know hopefully soon. I don't want to wait a whole year to do it. I would like to start soon, maybe by spring, but I guess it's not up to me, and whenever they come, they come. See, there's my impatience again. But I've never done this before, so I'm not sure how long it'll take. I assume it's a long process. Obviously this has been a very long process already, so I'm prepared to wait longer. I'm going to go, and if I hear back from them anytime soon, I will come back and tell you. And when the time comes, I will be here filming to you, showing you everything that's going on, because remember, this is a new experience for me, so what I experienced, you're experiencing as well. I did say I'd get back to you once I had a bit more information about what was going on, and I finally do. Quite a few things have changed for me. The agency that contacted me and said they wanted me to come to their workshop, I will be attending in 2 weeks. It will go over for the course of 2 days, and I will be learning pretty much about the industry, how to walk, etiquette, makeup, skincare, health and fitness, how to pose, digis, studio photo shoots, all that. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but it's in Adelaide, so I'll have to fly over as I live in Sydney. Excited about that. I've never been to Adelaide before, but there's always a first. And we'll be staying there for the weekend, and then after that I'll have to come straight back home because I have school the next day, so it's going to be a very busy weekend. With the other agency that got back to me, I actually decided not to pursue them. I haven't told them yet, but I just, after doing further research and digging, I found that they're not really great for their models, and by that I mean their models don't get much work, and I just looked at their website, looked at the photos, and I thought, that's not what I'd like to get out of modeling, to get more work than portfolio photos, which are important obviously if you want to get work, but I don't want to take a portfolio photo shoot and then never get a job. And that happens with modeling. You have to research the agency. Don't just sign with the first one that gets back to you. That wouldn't be very wise. See, I nearly made that mistake, and I'm glad that it opened my eyes. What I did was asked some of the models, you know, do you get much work from the such and such agency? And if they said no, then yeah, one model, she was really helpful and said, nah, I get no work, I've had to fend for myself. And you might as well be a freelance model if your agency is not getting you any work. Anywho, that's how I'm going right now. And it's also the end of part 1 of this video. I thought I might do it in 2 parts now that I'm going to Adelaide. That's going to be a whole separate video full of different information. So if you liked this video, make sure you like it, subscribe, and wait for part 2 because it's going to be so worth it. Thank you.